Hello, ladies, and welcome back to Sisterland Investors. I'm your host, Elizabeth. Today we have a phenomenal, I think this will probably be my most precious podcast. And the reason I say my most precious podcast is because I'm all into wellness, investing in yourself. I think I've said it so many times and I won't get tired of it. You must invest in yourself first in order to invest in anything else and pour into anyone else. So with this said, this podcast number 104 is the wellness real estate. It's huge. We're going to go over it because I know a lot of professional women. So if you're new to this podcast, my name is Elizabeth. Welcome to the podcast, Sisterland Investors. We're all professional women, professional moms, learning how to invest for ourselves and for our future generations. And we're in this together. And ladies, let me tell you, since 2020, the wellness has boomed. And I don't know if it's because everybody was on lockdown and there was a big push or a big search for mental wellness and just wellness retreats. I don't know what it is, but for those that don't know, my background is wellness, executive health wellness, specifically here in Houston, Texas. And I'm super excited to bring this to all of you ladies because I think this is a niche within a niche. So we do land investing, that's very niched. But then this wellness real estate is massive. So if you're ready, grab your cup of coffee, grab your tea, whatever your mamas are drinking. And if it's a weekend, your mimosa or your wine. And let's dive in together and learn and how to help one another do the $1 million shift or the nervous system real estate. How professional ladies are co-owning the next $1 trillion asset class, wellness real estate. Okay. So professional moms, corporate executives, doctors, founders, private lenders. Are you ready? You got your coffee, your wine, your mimosa, whatever it is that you're into, depending on the day of the week. I hope you're not having alcohol during the week, but if it's okay, if it's after work hours, here it is. For years, we've been talking about land investing, raw acreage, flipping the dirt, being the private investor, pulling in money, leasing the property for either farmers, ranchers, glamping sites, solar panels. I mean, there's an array of what you could do, commercial real estate, depending where it's zoned. There's so much you could do on land. So this one, ladies, is huge and it hits home and I am in love. I've been talking to many of you ladies and say, Elizabeth, hey, I love the land game, but I have capital. I have a crazy busy schedule at work, my career with the kids, after school activities with the kids. I don't want to fly solo anymore. This is why we created Sisterland Investors. You're not alone. We're with you. I want to build a legacy with other like-minded, high-achieving women. Here you are. You're in the correct place at the right time with the right ladies. Today, we're going to break down how to pull your capital, ladies, in Sisterland Investors to tap into this gold rush that's happening with wellness real estate retreats. We're talking about a shift from solo land flippers to commercial real estate syndicators. Why, you may ask? Because the wellness tourism market has blasted, yes, you heard me right, past $1.6 trillion. Ladies, let that sink in. The Global Wellness Institute in 2026, the latest info that we got, shows that consumers aren't just looking for a nice house anymore. They are desperately looking for spaces that could regulate their nervous system. Many people would want their wellness retreat. And I remember being a nurse doing executive health wellness. Many of these execs would tell me about going to Switzerland for these wellness retreats for a week, for a month, and do their meditation, their clean eating, their walking meditations. And I remember thinking like, wow, that must be super nice. And I know a couple that started that in Dubai. We actually had the opportunity to go and see it. It was amazing. So it's huge and it's just exploding. More people are needing, especially with AI coming out. I think we're seeing a lot of more people staying super, super busy with AI and trying to learn and being bombarded by information overload. But at the same time, we want to take those moments away from electronics, away from the city, away from all the noise, and just have at least one afternoon to ourselves where we could listen and hear our own thoughts. Don't you agree? So yes, the Global Wellness Institute latest 2026 data shows that consumers aren't just looking for nice houses anymore. They are desperate for spaces that regulate the nervous system. And guess who understands that burnout? As professional women and working moms, we understand it. We know exactly where this is coming from. And if you know that this is true, because you know it to your gut that this is true, you want to jump on this opportunity. Today, ladies, I'm giving you the exact blueprint, the hard numbers, and the step-by-step model of how a group of ladies like yourself can buy raw land, drop light luxury infrastructures on it, and build high-yielding, life-changing assets. Let's dive in. The wellness real estate is key in 2026, and I don't think it's going to go anywhere in 2027. If anything, it'll grow because more people are looking to disconnect and to reconnect with nature and with themselves. So here we go. The shift from amenities infrastructure, wellness real estate, ladies, isn't about just building a home with a gym and a sauna and adding air filters anymore in 2026. In 2026, there's a trend that has shifted the community scale wellness and social infrastructure. So we're going to go over that. People are tired of the 15-step biohack routines inside their tiny apartments or in their homes that they just want to come and relax. They want what developers call analogy recovery spaces, places where they can touch the earth and recalibrate their nervous system. So earthing, look at a dark sky with no air pollution, just the stars, and smell the fresh air and sweat out stress in an environment that's clean and nice. I mean, just imagine that being out in your own land or a land that you pay money for a weekend getaway or even an afternoon getaway, and you just sit there and relax and enjoy nature. Hear the birds, smell the clean oxygen from trees. The social wellness boom has helped tremendously to up the real estate and wellness, bathhouses, sauna clubs, contrast therapy, hot and cold circuits. I mean, hello, I see a lot of those in a lot of homes that have gone completely mainstream, and we see it. We see it a lot. People are paying premium rates for a weekend outside the city to do a digital detox and gather with friends around a fire pit or a hot and cold sponge. I mean, there's so much that you could do on this land, but the wellness, if you go into wellness, that will be huge, ladies. So jump on that. The wellness design properties command usually an average of 10 to 25% more price premium over standard assets. It isn't just a random markup. It's a structural shift, ladies, that the consumer is asking for. They're consuming, especially families and affluent professionals view this concept. When you dive into the data from Global Wellness Institute or the GWI and National Association of Realtors, the reason for the premium comes down to 5 distinct economic and psychological drivers. So what drives this? Number one is environmental over genetics. Studies show that 80 to 90% of our health outcome, ladies, listen to this. We want to stay healthy for our little ones. Of our health outcomes and chronic disease risks are determined by our daily environment and lifestyles, not our DNA. The premium driver, buyers no longer view a home or a piece of land just as a physical shelter. They view it from a preventive health care, a property that generates clean air, unpolluted water, zero light pollution, and space to decompress is seen as an investment. Of course, it's an investment in yourself. That's what we love. In longer, healthier lives. People will always pay premium to protect their family's health and their health. Wouldn't you? I want to hear the comments down below. The second reason why premiums go up, the lifestyle over square footage trade-off. A major shift revealed in America shows that buyers are actively experiencing attainability crisis with massive high maintenance suburban homes. So that's another reason. The premium driver, modern buyers, specifically 40% of surveyed homeowners are actively willing to trade their home size and give up massive square footage or massive garage spaces, home theaters, as my husband would say, if it means they could live in the community optimized for well-being. Traditionally, U.S. real estate developments from the last 40 years were designed for automobiles, wide roads, massive driveways, and grid layouts. Wellness real estate flips the script. The premium driver wellness properties emphasize what developers call social infrastructures, wide sidewalks, trail systems, front porch closer to home, living spaces closer to home to stay together, common areas like community orchids or community gardens, therapy zones. This is all the layout for modern and keeping the loneliness numbers down by forcing people to come out in their communities. So this is growing more and more. And I could see that why so many people are on their digital phones and iPads, where the need to come out for a little walk and just reset and just sit and talk to the neighbors. It's beautiful. I think everyone should do that. And these are just a couple of reasons why it's at 10% to 25% premium over standard assets. Ladies, just think about your own week. We're bouncing from corporate investor meetings to kids' soccer practices, dealing with nonstop little pings on our phone, text messages, emails. When you want to escape for the weekend, and then do you want to go stroll? Do you want to go high-rise luxury hotel downtown? And some of you do, and that's okay if you do. But the majority choose nature, trees, outdoor activities with their families, walking in the zoo, going to parks. You want massive outdoor cedar saunas to relax. You want that clean air. You want that cold plunge and that quiet patio where you can actually hear yourself thinking. This is what the market calls the nervous system real estate. And this is, ladies, a fast growing sector in the country. By buying the land that supports this, you are investing not only in yourself, but in the cure for modern burnout. And again, the land value will go up over time because it always does. So why do we want ladies to invest with other ladies here? It's very crucial that I go over this for those that haven't heard it. Why we want to get together and start investing together. It's kind of like a female syndication, but we call it more like a private friendly investor. We pull the curtain back on why women-led funds and joint ventures are winning big right now. So ladies, if this is something that interests you, make sure you let us know, because we have other women investing in just wellness real estate. They just want it for wellness retreats or wellness sanctuaries, whatever it is. It's huge, and you will not lose because you own what's beneath it, and whatever is put as a wellness, it's up to the wellness developer. Of course, with your input, if you want to put your input. Statistically, women real estate investors approach risk differently. We don't buy on impulse or ego. Women conduct more meticulous market research. We underwrite more conservatively and focus heavily on community impact, which aligns perfectly with the wellness ethos. So the old ways, you busy moms buy a property alone, which I know a lot of you have, and then you take out a stressful 1.5 million construction loan. And you manage the contractors on the weekends, and you burn yourself out because you're not only doing that, you're working your 9 to 5 and you have kids and after school activities and the family. You'll go down before the wellness retreat's up and running. The syndicate way is 10 professional women, doctors, lawyers, nurses, teachers, executives, whoever. You pull 100, 200K each and you buy a land. It's yours. You remove the interest rate, you remove the pressure, and you hire a third party project manager to execute the vision that you women have to zero active stress. No more stress. You let other people deal with it. Maximum collective power. That's exactly how you do this, ladies. And it's a win-win for you and for the other ladies involved. Ladies, we women are the primary consumers of the wellness industry. A group of female investors don't need to spend $50,000 marketing research firms to figure out what women want to retreat with their families. You're the target demographic. You know what it is that you want. Go and do that. This is the beauty about land investing. You buy the land and you can create whatever it is that you know you would go to. And I know I would definitely go to these wellness retreats. A couple of podcasts back, we did what other women are doing with their land that we know. Some of them are doing goat yoga. Some of them in Houston, I do pet yoga. Like they bring little pets, like little bunnies or little chickens. I just don't know how they clean it all up while you're doing the yoga. But these are all ideas that you could do to calm the nervous system, but they're doing it on top of a foundation, earth. So always be thinking, ladies, a way that you can maximize your land and what you could generate with that. This next segment, we're going to break down the low cap executive retreat blueprint. How female syndicates or private investors project without spending tens of millions of dollars on traditional hotel building. Okay. You ready? Ladies, this is a light infrastructure strategy. And that's what I like. Minimal work, minimal things to do, but a huge return. I'm all for that. A minimal footprint, instead of pouring massive concrete foundations in buildings and 20 rooms like a hotel or a multifamily home, use high yield, luxury alternative structures. And in the future, ladies, I want to bring in a lot of these builders that are using raw material to build things of this nature. There's so much going on that most of us are not even aware. The raw canvas. Let me give you a quick example. A couple of private investor, us ladies, will get together and buy a 20 to 40 acre property, raw land, on a wooded waterfront land within 90 minutes, let's say from a big major city, wherever you are, just 90 minutes away from that major metropolitan area, like a hill country or something like that, at a low cost. It's low upfront land acquisition. And this is the beauty about it because land is not worth as much as buying a commercial property or buying homes or multifamily homes or buildings. So right there, you already have your budget down of which you are going to spend along with your other ladies that get together and put this money together as private investors. Ladies, instead of putting kitchens, bathrooms in every single unit, the syndicate or you lady private investors, you build one gorgeous high-end commercial bathhouse or a social hub. This features a luxury locker room, a commercial grade cedar sauna, 2 outdoor cold plunges, and a beautiful covered pavilion for group gatherings or group yoga or group meditation, whatever group thing you want to do. And you ladies get together and buy these luxury domes or safari tents. I mean, your imagination could go wild on what you could do on these 20 to 40 acres on raised wooded decks. And again, in other podcasts, I don't know if it was a podcast or a short that I shared where we stayed in Zion Park. I want to say it was Zion Park under canvas, and I'm not being paid by under canvas, but they did such a beautiful job. Go listen to that. I think I even put pictures and video. I forget where it's at, my shorts. I think it's in my shorts, like the reels. beautiful. I mean, they did a great job. Whoever's idea was, I never spoke to who the owners are, but I would love to have them on because that idea, that concept of just buying land and putting water and electricity and just having that glamorous glamping, I was all for it because I don't like to camp out. I need my AC, I need my heater, I need my warm water. I need all this stuff. And it had it all. It was amazing. I had my own shower. I would pull a little string and the water would come out nice and warm. I had my own toilet. It was beautiful. But there was different tents where you had tents that didn't have restrooms or showers. You had to go out and take a shower with not with other people, but they had little curtains that you could take showers, come in and out. Of course, we paid extra to be in our own little secluded tent that had all these amenities, but it was such a beautiful experience for the kids. It was raised up, so I wasn't scared of snakes or spiders or any of that. I had my own bed with a mattress and nice clean sheets. That's my style of glamping. And again, I would love to have whoever the owners are of Under Canvas, if you know them, tag them because that was a beautiful idea. I think I want to go stay again just to show you. And this is before I even started putting out what we were doing. We were doing land investing, but I wasn't putting it out on social media. So it was beautiful. The cost fraction of traditional construction takes weeks, takes forever. It could take years for some of them to get permits, to get permission to do this. It could take years. But for this nature immersion luxury, for travelers or people that are obsessed with nature or wellness retreats just to get grounded on the weekend, there's not a lot of loopholes. You just go put the water, you go install electricity. And again, the land is your empty canvas that you could just go along and hear what your people are wanting or requesting. And once you hear them out, if you want to put it, you can put it. But again, there's different tastes for different people, but it's a beautiful an idea and it's growing. The venue buyout monetization model. Ladies, and let me remind you, we've gotten this far, but let me remind every single lady here, you do not need to learn how to operate and manage like a hotel or Airbnb or the cleanliness. And you don't have to do that. You pay someone to do that. And again, it's a level. You could say, okay, here's the land. If you want to go glamp out and if you're close to a pond or a lake, you go fishing, you take your own equipment. You could do that. Rent little spaces, like flag them down, lot 1, lot 2 on your 20 acres. And people could go put their own tents and bring their own fires and bring their own water and bring all the supplies. There's people that like to do that. They love being out in nature. Or you could provide water and electricity and then let them run from there. So each level is different, but it's up to you what you want to do. So you don't have to learn how to operate. And if you want it luxury, you could hire someone to do it luxury and have someone to manage it. And it's a win-win for them because you're giving someone else a job and paying them to do this. So you're providing jobs for them and you're making a nice little income on the side. So it's raw land purchase, the added bathhouse or the glamping dome, and that equals either exclusive leasing to corporations or wellness leaders or just to the general public. You decide with your land what to do. So this is how it works. So ladies, market the property either exclusively as a full venue buyout for retreat leaders, corporate wellness coaches, yoga instructors, the high-end women masterminds. And you lease it out to them and let them run the show. The numbers. Let me give you examples of numbers. A lot of you are like, show me the numbers. Give me the numbers. Let me just tell you, a wellness coach will pay you ladies 15 to 25,000 for the whole real estate wellness retreat a weekend, for example, Thursday through Sunday, so they could run their wellness retreats or whatever the life coach does or wellness coach does. They handle their own ticket sales. They are their own catering. They handle their own itinerary. You, as a private investor, mom or lady or professional woman, you just act as an asset owner. And you ladies collect a massive venue fee while keeping operations beautifully streamlined. And ladies, I know a lot of you are professional women, very smart investors. Don't forget the unique tax and financial benefits that this specific wellness real estate does for you. So these high margin buyouts mean consistent, predictable quarterly distributions to the Sisterland investors in your circle. The tax shelter for you listening who are high W-2 earners, listen carefully, corporate executives, medical professionals, the physical improvements on the land, the saunas, the domes, the bathhouses, especially accelerated depreciation. Qualify for accelerated depreciation, allowing you to drastically offset your active income taxes. Isn't that beautiful? So it is beautiful for you ladies that have the W-2 earning high income. You ladies don't only get the tax benefit and have the asset growing in value for you. You get and you own this beautiful private asset that goes up in value every year, which you can use for your own family gatherings or personal reset that we all need, that personal reset or family reset when it isn't booked out. So stop thinking, ladies, that you have to do this real estate alone, and stop thinking you have to take all the risk and stick to boring residential flips. In 2026, capital is flowing back into the tangible, health-centered assets. Reach out to 3 professional women that you know right now in your little circle and ask them if they've heard about the wellness real estate syndication or private investor circles. They probably haven't. And if they haven't, this is your opportunity to introduce them to this niche down asset. Start the conversation, pull your brilliant minds, because all of you ladies are super wise and smart and you're financial savvy. So pull these brilliant minds together and let's go build some private investor pools. And I hope to see you in the next podcast. Share it with your favorite ladies and let me know where you buy your land, where your wellness retreat is, so we could go and visit you. Bye, ladies. Till next time, we'll see you on the next podcast. Ladies, don't let your wealth building journey stop here. Make sure you hit the follow so you never miss an episode. Download your exclusive Sisterland Investors Blueprint in the show notes below. And if you're ready to truly master your financial future, join our apprenticeship today. Let's build an empire of wealth together.